Hi KIPPsters, welcome back to our next science lesson in our ecosystem restoration unit, and our lesson is all about modeling how animals use food matter or how animals use the food that they eat. Before we jump into our lesson, you have a do now to warm up your brain. The first example has already been done for you. What you're going to do is you're going to write the organism's name over here from left to right in the correct order. So be thinking, what is that flow of energy in an ecosystem? So for example, here I have the flower, the caterpillar, and the bird, because energy flows from the flower to the caterpillar when the caterpillar eats the flower, and energy flows from the caterpillar to the bird when the bird eats the caterpillar. You're going to pause the video here to do this next example, and I will reveal the correct answer. Great. So the correct order is acorns, mouse, snake, and the hawk. Energy flows from the acorns to the mouse when the mouse eats the acorns. It flows from the mouse to the snake when the snake eats the mouse. And it flows from the snake to the hawk when the hawk eats the snake. So now you have two more examples to do. Once more, you're going to list the organisms on this side in the correct order from left to right based on how energy flows through this food web or this ecosystem. Go ahead and pause the video here to get to the right answers and then hit play once you're ready to move on. So for the next one, really quickly going over these two, the correct order was algae, small fish, big fish, and then dolphin. And then for the last one, flower, insect, small fish, big fish, and then seagull. Great. So now let's move on. So here's our aim for today. KIPPsters will be able to explain what happens to the food molecules that organisms or living things eat by using a simulation to make observations and draw conclusions. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to answer the following question. What are some things that happen to the food molecules or food that organisms eat? So let's root ourselves, and why does this unit matter? What am I working towards? So I know that we are working towards protecting a reforested part of the Costa Rican rainforest. Our task or our goal is to investigate why the animals aren't growing and thriving in this area, and then make a plan to improve the health of those animals in the ecosystem. How can we help these animals out? So rooting ourselves in our role, we have taken on the role of ecologist, and an ecologist is a scientist that studies ecosystems by making observations and drawing conclusions. So you'll notice that throughout this unit, you're going to be doing a lot of observations and a lot of writing to draw conclusions to help explain your findings and your thoughts. And here's an overview of this forest ecosystem that we're trying to help and restore. The jaguars and the sloths, they aren't growing and they are not thriving. So one, we want to figure out why they are not growing and thriving. And two, we want to figure out how can we help them. So our chapter investigation question is, why aren't the jaguars and sloths growing and thriving? So let's jump into our first activity, and we're going to